Hello everyone, my name is Yuchien. Today I'm going to talk about adaptive significance of light and food for a kleptoplastic sea slug. First, we have to know what is kleptoplastic sea slug. Kleptoplastic is a symbiotic phenomenon. Symbiotic means a close and long-term biological interaction between two biological organisms depends on each other for survival. Then this kind of sea slug eats algae, and it can steal chloroplast from algae and keep inside their body, and then use for photosynthesis. What kind of kleptoplastic sea slug? In this research, it's called Elisa Echeverridius. The order is Secoglossa. The food is Codium flagell. This is a kind of algae. And then this kind of sea slug can retain chloroplast inside the body for 1 to 3 weeks. Okay, so we have to know what is reproduction trait. First, the number of egg masses. You can look at the picture. It looks like a flower, and inside the egg masses have a large number of eggs. Second, the shell length of larva, and larva means immature form. Third, reproductive investment is the number of offspring multiplied by offspring size. Okay, the found location at Japan is Yukashima, Hiroshima Prefecture. The time is April 2016. Why we choose the time April is because Elisa Echeverridius were most abundant and just before they begin to lay egg. This is our experimental treatment. First we look at the upper left. It's weak, light, and unfeeded. And upper right is weak, light, and feed. Bottom left is strong light and unfeed. And bottom right is strong light and feed. The brightness of weak light is 1 micromole per square meter per second. Strong light is 30 micromole per square meter per second. Then I divided our prediction into 3 parts. First, it can obtain energy from food and photosynthesis. Second, it cannot obtain energy from food. Third, it cannot obtain energy from food and photosynthesis. It's because the third stage is because the starved individual start to lose chloroplast. The first prediction, when the Elisa Echeverridius can obtain energy from food and photosynthesis, then under strong light have better adult survival and growth, greater reproductive performance than weak light. The second prediction, it cannot obtain energy from food, so in starved condition will have bad effect on survival rate, body weight, and reproductive trait. So we put the prediction 1 and 2 together. We look at this figure. X label is number of weeks. Y label is survival rate. Then we first look at the WF is weak light feed and strong light feed. So we can see the red line is higher than blue line. Then we know the strong light is higher than weak light. According to second prediction, we can see a line W, weak light and unfeed, and strong light and unfeed. And we can see these two lines. These two lines is lower than other two. Then we look at the body weight. X label is number of weeks. Y label is body weight. First, we look at the same two lines, WF and SF. we can see the red line is also higher than blue one. Next is W and SU, is weak light unfit and strong light unfit. These two lines are lower than other two. Reproduction trait is the number of egg masses. X label is number of weeks, Y label is number of egg masses per pair. Then we look at the same two lines. We can see the red is higher than the blue. So we can know the strong light is higher than weak light. But there has a strange phenomenon is the blue line at the 1 to 3 weeks here is higher than red one. And then I'll talk in the discussion. Then we look at the W and SU. We can see these two lines are lower than other two. Shell length of lava. Then we look at the right side at the figure. X label is for treatment and Y label is shell length of lava. And right hand at the figure is all in feed condition. Then we can see the red one is higher than blue one. So strong light is higher than blue, weak light. According to second prediction, under the unfit condition, these two is lower than fitted condition. X label is for treatment and Y label is reproductive investment. Then we can see the same fitted condition and the strong light is higher than weak light. Next, under the at the unfit condition, these two are lower than fitted condition. Then we can check the first prediction. Under strong light have better performance than weak light. Then second prediction, in starved condition will have harmful effect on reproductive. The last prediction, when the Elisa echeverite cannot obtain energy from food and photosynthesis, then the effect of light condition on the reproductive traits are expected to be small. Then we look at the same figure. X label is number of weeks, Y label is number of egg masses. Then we can see these two lines W and SU is weak light unfitted and strong light unfitted. You can see these two lines didn't have significance difference. So the effect of light in unfitted is very small. Then we look at the left of a figure. While X label is for treatment and Y label is shell length of lava. Then we can see the left unfit condition. They didn't have significant difference too. Then reproductive investment. X label is for treatment and Y label is reproductive investment. At the unfit condition, they didn't have significant difference. So we can get a prediction. The effect of light condition on the reproductive traits are expected to be small. Then go through discussion. I divided discussion into two parts. One is survival rate and body weight. The other is reproductive trait. The survival rate remains higher under fit than unfit condition. So we put the same color line together to see SU and SF. First we see the red line. We can see the fitted is higher than unfitted. Then blue one is the same. Weak light fitted is higher than weak light unfitted. Next is survival rate and body weight. we can just see the SF line, this line. Strong light and feeding. These two figures is the highest in the figure. So these seculaceans require both light and food to attain the maximum performance. Then reproductive trait. And we can see a two lines, W and SU. These two lines are all in unfit condition. Then we can enlarge our figure. Then we can see at 1 to 2 weeks, these two lines, red and blue one, is higher than other. It's because the life history tested is they will use the resource for egg laying before they start to die. Under the strong light and feeding, here, strong light and feeding, this line. And the 4th week, they will continue to lay egg after 4 weeks. It's because in the natural population of Elisa atravoridis, they will lay egg at in maximum, the lay egg maximum in May, just April after 4 weeks. In the conclusion, both light and food are needed to exhibit positive effects, not only on survival or body weight, but also on the egg number and size. Thanks for listening.
I want to know on your figure. Next.
This.
Yeah, I want to know what is the number mean and that's above the line.
Oh, you want to know the number?
What is it? What they mean?
You want to know the number means about the line?
Yeah.
Okay. The number shows in the visual, respectively W, WF, SU, and SF in the visual.
So it's in the weak light there's no significant difference. But why, when it's fitted, there is a significance between between strong light and weak light.
Can you speak about your question?
When it's in a weak light condition, there is no significant difference. I want to know why there is a significant difference when it's in the strong light.
Your question is, and the weak light, it didn't have significant difference, but the strong light, what? Repeat the question.
I want to know why there is significant difference in the strong light, but not in the weak light.
You mean this graph?
Oh, the graph.
Do you understand this question? You say why is the significant difference in the strong light, but no significant difference in the weak light?
Yeah. Yes.
But in the paper, in the result, I only say there is not significant between weak light, but they didn't research the significance of the strong light.
Okay, turn to the last figure.
Last figure. This. Or this.
It's a bigger figure. In conclusion.
Oh, okay. In conclusion.
Discussion.
Discussion. This or this.
This.
Okay.
Can you explain this again?
Oh, okay. You want to. Okay. You want me to explain again this figure? Okay. We can see the two lines, WU and SU. These two lines. These two lines are all in unfit condition. So we can see at the 1 to 2 weeks. Let me enlarge the figure. You can see here 1 to 2 weeks. This unfitted condition is higher than others. It's because it's life history tactic that individual will use resource for egg laying after they start to die. Yes.
How many individuals in one group? Is one or more than one? In every group?
In every what?
In individual is do you use one or more than one animal? Use one or more than one animal in every group?
Every group.
Group, yeah.
Okay. In body weight and survival rate, these two are used. Every group is 20 individuals. And in the reproductive trait are all 10 pairs.
Do you think the amount of the Oecologia Flora in your experiment is enough to prove your prediction?
You want to know the Elisa Echeverridius is enough. The amount of them.
Yeah.
Is enough to improve
to prove your prediction.
To prove my prediction. Okay. I think it's enough because they take 20 individuals for one group. It's very so they do this experiment. They use a lot of. They use 80 individuals in one area. So I think it's enough.
Okay. Yuchien, she gave a very clear talk. So the nice part of her talk is her introduction was quite interesting, quite nice. So she used a lot of images to give you a very clear overview of what the topic was about. But I think it would be great if at the end of your introduction you can give us a slide writing down the clear goal of this study. Yeah, here you gave us predictions. I know. Yeah, but it would be great somewhere to give us a sentence to describe. Actually, when I was reading the paper yesterday, I realized that a very important purpose of this study was that they perform long-term experiments. So take a look, how long is that? So please state that. So 15 weeks. You can imagine how long is that experiment. Have you done experiment like that before, that long? So please tell us the important part of this topic. And Also, the figures were also very nicely described because actually whenever we have this kind of different combination of experimental conditions, it's very easy to get confused, especially the authors use this WWF. That's very easy to get confused, and she was very nice. She guided the audience very nicely, and furthermore, she also printed down the full name of the abbreviation, so if you cannot follow her, you can read it yourself. That's something you can learn whenever you really need to use abbreviation, please do that. Okay, however, I would like to, the results and discussion were all very nicely presented. However, I have the feeling that because you presented results and discussion separately, so you actually use double the amount of time to describe the pattern of your data, and that's actually a little bit redundant. So my suggestion for you next time is to, you can combine whenever, because you have 3 predictions. So actually when you are done, when you present all the data needed to support your first prediction, you can discuss already. And then after discuss, you can check your prediction. That will give a better flow of logic. Otherwise, you are like describing the data a lot. That's a feeling. And also, I will also encourage you to, for example, because most of the data seem to follow the prediction, it's like no surprise. However, here it actually interests me a lot because you talk about their life strategy when they are starved, in poor state, they chose to reproduce first. So I will encourage you to talk a little bit more, and maybe you can add some nice images like you do for the introduction to improve the impression, because actually that's for me interesting. Okay. Okay, and then another thing is, I hope next time you don't present like this. Okay, you can present like this. Present like this, or you really need to. Sorry, it's not nice. You can move from time to time, or if it's really difficult for you to turn all the time, you can use the mouse. You can also point from here. It's also fine. Okay. But overall, it's a very nice talk. Let's thank Yuchien.